Hi, this is Coach Bobby, and welcome to my channel. Today, I will be doing a reaction regarding Ryan Clark breaks the silence on RG3. So, please like, subscribe, and also share. So, let's get to it. Remember, RG3 and Ryan Clark are both NFL players, or all pros, actually.
Okay, so I just released a video earlier today about the whole RG3 Angel Reese situation in which many people in the black community chimed in on. RG3 was getting a ton of backlash after responding to a racist post directed towards Angel Reese. Reese had just won the cover of the new WNBA 2K26, and someone on Twitter decided to troll the basketball star by replacing her image on the cover with that of a chimpanzee.
Like that shit ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
And this was a post that didn't get much of a reaction in terms of views or likes on Twitter. However, RG3 decided to respond by making a lengthy post condemning the person who posted this while tweeting out the image. However, in his post, where he basically lashed out racist behavior, he also mentioned that someone in Angel Reese's inner circle had confirmed that Reese hated Caitlin Clark. In case you didn't know, RG3 had a controversial post a month ago where he claimed Angel Reese hated Caitlin Clark, so mentioning that in his lengthy post attracted a ton of negative reaction from the black community. Angel Reese, her mother, and even Ryan Clark all tweeted at.
So, like, I mean, it's like unnecessary. Professional millionaire athlete, unnecessary to. It seems as if he's trying to cause uh, some type of blue. It's already enough controversy between Angel Reese and Caitlyn. It's already controversy. Just the fact they're both, I think, probably one of the two young good players. They're both really good players. I don't see anything wrong with Caitlyn. I mean, she's just a white girl that plays good, and it's like I think people are making a bigger thing out of it than what it is. So let's go. Let's get right to it.
Basically saying that he was lying about someone from Angel's inner circle reaching out to him. RC in particular had been pretty quiet in responding to anything involving RG3 since he publicly stated that he was going to withhold talking about the former QB after receiving backlash a month ago when he dragged RG3's family into this whole Angel Reese Caitlin Clark discussion. However, while he did respond in a tweet yesterday, today Ryan Clark appears to have broken his silence as he decided to make a lengthy video calling out RG3 again for his most recent post. Here's that video of RC really going at his former ESPN colleague. Watch till the end because he really goes off on RG3 with a very profound statement.
RG3 seems to have this strange fascination with Angel Reese or connection to the spotlight and attention that it brings or who it brings those things from. I know now I don't get to speak on someone else's black experience or call something self hate when I don't know how you truly connect to the community or the culture, or I can't assume that you see yourself in the thing that you push back against. But this one should have been easy. Angel Reese, this young, beautiful, talented, hardworking, successful black woman who is on an absolute tear in the WNBA, who has an opportunity now to unveil her own shoe, is depicted as a monkey in this graphic. A graphic I only saw on his page. So now his millions of followers.
So basically, he boosted it. He boosted the image, causing this whirlwind and this spur of controversy. IG3 is doing. This is a nice channel. Let's go.
And see this, and it should be easy to defend her against such deplorable hate and racism and bigotry and evil. But he couldn't do that. He had to make himself both the victim and the hero of this story. He had to mention that Angel Reese did something to him instead of acknowledging what he initially did to her. He had to be the champion again for Caitlin Clark, I guess, against the young, angry black woman.
See, he created this I guess racial issue. These are two NBA players, two young girls. They could be rivals. Yes, they are rivals. But I don't think this is a racial issue that they play basketball. Someone created a graphic that RG3 decided that he wanted to mega boost so everyone can see this negative image of Angela Reese. So this is considered self-hate. And I'm sorry, RG3, hey,
on her and her inner circle. So now Angel Reese, who should be in a celebration and trying to ignore the noise of all the evil and attacks that she feels every single day, has to come out along with her mother to shut down these lies and accusations from RG3. This should have been a situation where he comes out as human and says, we have to stop this. Because by his own admission, he says, if you don't support people that don't look like you, then you're part of the problem. Let me be clear. If you never support people that look like you are also a part of the problem.
and so you have to think about that. Angela Reese is from Baltimore. Her mother's from Baltimore. She went to the University of Maryland before she went to LSU. So she's an inner city girl. And when you see a person like RG3, he's not an inner city black person, although he is a foundational black American. He's not an inner city person, so his perceptions of things could still be different based on where he grew up. So let's move on.
With the responsibility for inclusion and compassion and empathy and love for all people, we also have that same responsibility for our people. I know people were mad that I apologized for my initial statements, but I wanted to make sure people had clarity about what I was saying. But while we're on apologies, we all owe Rob Parker an apology because though he was early, he was right about G3.
Okay, so some pretty harsh words coming from Ryan Clark at the end of that video when he referenced Rob Parker. For those of you who don't know, a decade ago, Rob Parker, while working for ESPN, got into hot water with the network because while he was on the air, he called out RG3 and basically called him a cornball. He was calling out RG3 and questioning his blackness because of his then white fiance and for being a Republican, comparing him to Tiger Woods.
My question, which is just a straight honest question, is he or is he a cornball, bro? What is that?
Now remember what I said, right? You have inner city black people. They grew up around black people. That's all they know pretty much is black people because that's what they grew up with. And then you have black people that they grew up around white kids. You know what I'm saying? They played on white football teams. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because a lot of black people try to move away from the inner city so they can have better opportunity for their children. And look, RG3 became a success. But I think the point that's being made is you have no relevance to the inner city kids, so you're saying crazy things because you don't understand what's going on. So and I remember when this happened because we were upset at this guy because he was our quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? And he called him cornball. But as you can see, time pretty much tells.
He's not really, okay? He's black, he kind of does the thing, but he's not really down with the cause. He's not one of us. He's kind of black, but he's not really like the guy you really want to hang out with because he's off to something. We all know he has a white fiance, and there was all this stuff about he's Republican, which there's no information at all. I'm just trying to dig deeper. What do RG3's braids say to you? Now that's different because to me, that's very urban and makes you feel like I think he would have a clean cut if he was more straight laced or not. Like wearing braids is you're a brother. You're a brother.
These comments sparked an immediate backlash for perpetuating racial stereotypes and judging RG3's personal life. During that segment, Stephen A., who's on the air with Rob, expressed discomfort on air, stating the discussion about RG3's fiance and his personal.
Okay, let's make it clear, right? Okay, braids does not necessarily mean that you a brother, because I ain't never had braids. I get what he's saying though, and how it's still that's not true because there was still young people in the city that wore tight cuts, and they were trying to be professional. They were trying to groom themselves for success. But I do understand what he's saying.
This segment got Rob Parker suspended for a month, and basically he had to issue a public apology to the then Redskins QB. Some say this was the reason ESPN refused to renew Parker's contract. So yeah, pretty crazy for RC to make that Rob Parker reference and bringing that up again. I feel indifferent about the situation. I don't agree with Ryan Clark much, but I kind of see his point where RG3 decided to bring that topic up again while making the post. But to be honest, he kind of lost me at the end, bringing up that Rob Parker reference. This is something Griffin has said stuck with him all throughout his career, and Ryan Clark bringing this up is just stoking the flames again on social media.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Honestly, I
cheap
wouldn't be
shot,
surprised if the
but
NFL reprimands him for these comments.
it's a cheap shot. But at the same time, is it not a cheap shot to repost a negative image that got millions of more views that wouldn't have got 3 followers now has millions of views.
Even though RG3 is no longer up and down.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it right there. Tell me what you think about this. I mean, you got to think about it. This ain't right, man. It's not right. And remember, there were only like what 3 followers or so that saw this, and RG3 took it upon himself to repost this image, and because of his influence and his fanfare, him being an NFL player, putting these type of images out is going to get additional spice to it. So tell me what you think. Do you think Ryan Clark was on point, or do you think Ryan Clark should have kept silent? Tell me what you think. I sure am interested in seeing your comments. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming through. Like, subscribe, and also share. Until next time, Coach Bobby, do the right thing.